Hi, what's up everybody? It's T for T Travel Stories podcast and video experience, and today I'm going to present the second episode. Yes, that's right, we are past the first one, the most critical one, and actually it's funny because most people just have this insane amount of struggle to make the first kick, and afterwards it's gradually increasing to the point when it's going to be on autopilot, like 100% autopilot, without even considering that, okay, am I sacrificing House of Cards season marathon? Am I sacrificing going out for a booze with my friends? And so on. And today actually is a great day because once you do the second one, whatever it is, training, studying, working, getting in a relationship, getting out from a relationship, just meeting new people. Once you get to the second point, then you kind of get feedback from universe, God, whatever the fuck you're into, that you are actually developing a certain habit, that it's not just a once in a lifetime experience shit. It's actually serious stuff, and you are on the way to make it a natural thing, a natural habit. So guys, let's cut the foreplay straight up in the story. Last time we talked about it, my first overseas experience working as a waiter on a river liner, 3-star shit, where we were actually just hustled through 12 to 14 hours a day long shifts, get out from booze, get into boozing, get out of religion, and how I started my life, how I got into this living on the road, half gypsy, half explorer lifestyle. And today I'm going to increase the bar, not for only you, but for myself as well, because with more experience, with the feedbacks I got from previous episodes, I'm more like sort of sophisticated, but you have to make your voice heard, because otherwise I'm not able to evolve, I'm not able to get better. So guys, before we crack into, a huge shout out for all the patrons, a huge shout out for all the commenters, the viewers. If you can share this shit, it's amazing. If you can just rate it, whether it's 1 star, 5 star, you're already amazing. You're giving me a value, not even value, even better, protein. What I mean by this is actually my experience and the way I'm telling these experiences, the workout for my spirit, the workout for my mind, and the workout for this whole Shaping Society project, which is the destination eventually. And the protein is your feedback, the protein is your critiques, whether it was the shit or it was a shit episode, whatever that you mean by this. So guys, please make your voice heard, and let me know what you think of the episodes, because this would mean the world to me. Okay, so here we fucking go. The summer where I experienced the work and travel holiday. This is actually called J1 visa, at least for Hungarians, and the only criteria you gotta comply with is to be a university student, to be involved in higher education. Simply why? Because the US Embassy, the US government must get an evidence to prove that you're not willing to settle down there, you're not willing to stay there, you have obligations, you have reasons coming back to your home country. In my case, it's Hungary. And I was a geography student. I was majoring urban development, straight up gangster, really hard major. And it was to be, well, I've never graduated of that. Not that I'm proud of it, but it is just the way how I dealt with my cards and I played my cards. Guys, so this working holiday visa allows you to work for 3 months in the States throughout the summer. And it also gives you a 30 days, not 1 month long visa to just travel around, explore the country, and just to spend every single fucking dime you had earned before that during the summer. And it's an amazing concept. It's an amazing concept because, for example, you're coming from East European or an Asian country, you're not going to save up the money when you are 18, 19, 20, 23, fuck knows how old you are, in your early 20s, late teens, enough money so you can backpack around the States, you can explore it on your own. No, it's not a chance, at least unless you are coming from a rich family, which I'm certainly not, then you're fucked. The odds are so stacked that you are not able to make it to the States, even to just save up for the flight tickets. I'm like more than 100% sure, I would say. So I came across this opportunity, and I was so goddamn happy about it, because I had the savings just enough to go there. So I did the application. I paid the fee, which was, I think, like $200 or something like that. In exchange, they gave me the flight tickets, and they found me a job. And this job was actually a rather simple one. I wasn't really speaking any English back then. In fact, I spoke hardly any. You remember from previous episode that once I got back from the cruise line, Switzerland, I dropped all the non-mandatory classes at geography, and I just took English courses so I could improve my language knowledge. Now, what I did it was pure intentional. It was pure purpose driven, but it wasn't effective, not at that time, because I was still back in Hungary. I was still behind the desk. I was in a country, a place where English was the first language, so I couldn't really pick it up naturally. I had to force myself to learn every single goddamn letter on the way, and it led to me fucking nowhere. Nevertheless, I got this work holiday visa. I had to go for an interview to the States. I had to lie that, yes, I love Hungary, I want to come back and all that shit. I just want to go there and make some money, help the kids in the States, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. If you are an immigrant or mountaineer immigrants, then you should know what's up. So I was hired by YMCA. It's a Christian like camp for teens, for kids. And of course, like I told you, my English was shit back then, and it's still far from perfect. But anyways, I got like a chopping position. A chopping position is what they call when you were stuck in the kitchen, in the furthest point, the darkest spot in the kitchen, and you just like chop tomatoes, chop onions, chop potatoes, and you make salads basically like around the clock. And I enjoyed it. I loved that. We were, I think, like 3 of us Hungarians in a kitchen. It was funny as, and we hadn't known each other prior this experience, and we just got acquainted over there. We really enjoyed our company, and we hung out a lot together. We went to party, we went to celebrate the Day of Independence, 4th of July. Speaking of which, actually, that was the first day when I tried weed. It was amazing. Like, oh, I don't feel anything. I really don't know what's up. It's not working on me, blah, blah, blah. And in the meantime, I was just eating this like baked corn, like I think the 4th corn I was chewing, and just like spitting out all the corns because I couldn't even swallow. I couldn't even chew anymore. I was so goddamn high at the time. And I loved it. I mean, you're turning 22, you have never met drugs before, you thought all in your life that whoever smokes, that's like heroin addiction, straight up. And once you came across and you're given the opportunity, and bam, the whole world just opens up to you, and then you realize that, oh fuck this is just like smoking a plant. And well, of course you try to adjust yourself and you justify your own sins, you justify your own lifestyle so you don't seem that much of a prick, that much of a dickhead. And God knows I do the same probably. I don't know, you tell me. And so I tried then, guys, I gotta confess, it's weed from California, that's straight up number class. We had an amazing crew over there. We had one Spanish American lady, a bit fat girl, and even fatter, but tall as fuck, like a rugby coach, dad, coach, boss, if you like, called Paul. Big shout out to Paul. Thank you so much for the stories. Thank you so much for the experience, for the effort you invested in us. He drove us around California. He took us to San Diego for a football match. He took us to fucking LA, and he drove us around. He's the shit, guys. Thank you so much. I really hope that you realize the shit you wanted to. And we were working, I think like 7 of us in the kitchen. We were working super hard, and we were doing, we did the muscle stuffs, and the people who were speaking good English, they were doing the brain stuff, like taking care of the children, finding programs, finding like fun stuffs for the kids. And we were just like chopping the meat, chopping the tomatoes, all the veggies, fruits and shit like that, so they could fill their fucked up stomach, okay? And it was amazing to experience. And we got to the point actually when we had just some, like, I think an hour and a half layover between lunch and dinner, preparation and doing the dishes, shit like that. And we just like went out of the camp and just spoke a bit with the boss and just came back baked as fuck. And we were just doing the dishes. Oh, cook, bring it on, guys. And of course they did bring it on, but we just couldn't care less. We had a time of our life, and that was the shit we really enjoyed. When we were not at work, we either smoked, right, as I told, or just trained. We did some kickboxing, did some running, workout in a small gym we had for the crew. And that was a brilliant summer. Again, I didn't care about dreams. I didn't care about prosperity. I didn't really pay attention to like future perspectives. I was just being in the moment. I was just enjoying my time straight up 24/7. It was amazing. It was amazing, guys. And you know, so many people just dream about California. So many people just dream about like going to LA, walking on the streets of Hollywood. And I did that. I did not intentionally, completely or organically. I just wanted to get the fuck out of Europe, experience USA. I just got there, and this was actually the state who hired. This was actually the job I got. A job in California, in the heart of nature, and it was 3 hours drive from LA. I could even cycle to the capital of the country, which was San Bernardino. Oh damn, good memories. We cycled down on the road and we got so fucked up tired, and we may or may not smoke the joint as well. That knocked us out so bad that we had to put our bikes on a local bus so we could go back to the camp. There was this one time when we get so wasted on our day off. And the day off meaning that the next day we had to work actually from, I think, 7 in the morning. That we were walking back uphill because it was on the top of the hill, the camp. And we went down to the village to get pissed. And we did get pissed, like big time. And as we were walking up, like we were so wasted that we just couldn't push it any longer. So there was this Jeep, like 4x4, driving down on the road, and we hitchhiked. We stopped the Jeep, and turns out that was the mother of one of the camping kid. And we told her that, hey, can you drop us back to the camp? And of course she knew that we are staff of the camp. She was asking that, okay, the fuck are you doing, guys? And yeah, we are the kitchen staff, and you're the kitchen staff, so wasted, and you're going to work tomorrow. May or may not. And she was just like cracked up laughing, and that was hilarious because she understood that we are not there to be responsible, and she made peace with it. She trusted her daughter, fuck knows, with us, and we were able to get by, to have the time of our summer. And this is where I probably learned, if you reach out to people, if you are honest, if you have no shady shit in your heart, then it will come back to you, and people will help you. The people around you will actually help you to rise. Whether it's just trying the primest quality of weed, whether it's taking you to San Diego to see a football match, whether it's just like getting by at work and getting the easier ride at least, or just getting nominated, just getting free food, just getting this and that. And this is amazing. This is amazing how people actually help you to become the best you if you are honest. And this is a huge problem. And of course, back then I did it intentionally. I wasn't honest because I wanted to be. I was honest because this was the only option I felt right thing to do. And now I understand, especially in Asia, all these shady, these sketchy, these greasy people, they are not going to get anywhere in life, not in the long term, maybe in the short term when they rip the tourists off, when they lie to tourists, when they just fuck us over with the taxi price, with the market price, with all that shit. But on the long term, it's gonna come back to them, and it's karma or hell or fuck knows what. Again, like, I don't want to engage in any religion, any spirituality, any lifestyle, because I'm a racist. You guys are all the same to me with religion, whether it's the universe or not, or God or not, or Allah, Jesus. So guys, I strongly encourage you actually to to look into this. If you're watching this video and you're still not graduated from university, don't hesitate to look into opportunities, work and travel. What can you do actually in life? Whatever the country you're into, I think most of the citizens have the opportunity to the States, to Chile, New Zealand, Australia, fucking Canada, I suppose, even South Korea, some of them. I wouldn't go there, but this is my personal opinion, and I'm going to tell you in another episode why I wouldn't go to South Korea. I used to live there. What? Yes, but let's stick to the States. Stick to the first summer in the States, because yes, you guessed right, I didn't stop here. I went for another experience, which is going to be the next episode, where I was in Wisconsin. But first, California. What I did is actually I went to, after this summer finished, I kind of get used to, not addicted, but used to smoke once a day, and it just like really like knocked me out, and I enjoyed because I was sleeping better for the first time in my life. I experienced how mind altering shit works on you and it affects your brain for better, for good. I was sleeping more, I was eating better, I was more relaxed, laid back, and everything went just better. But of course, it was the first experience. I didn't really notice the side effects, that I got lazy. I was wasting time much more, and I was just like dicking around while I was smoking. And after that, for 2 hours or so. And yeah, we went to Santa Monica Beach again. Big item list. Big shout out for those days what we spent with Akos, the other Hungarian dude, the fellow of mine, and then afterwards, I ended up going to San Francisco for a while, I think for a week. I realized that I don't like the city, no matter how precious the reputation of that city is. And then I went to, like, first of all, I'm coming from East European society, super conservative, super xenophobic and so on. I was traveling around the world, but I was still xenophobic. How fucked up is that? Again, only looking back, I understood that I was so wrong at many levels. And I was homophobic as well, because Hungarians and East Europeans, generally speaking, are raised homophobic. And so San Francisco, you know what's the reputation all about, besides the trams going uphill. And I just couldn't stand looking at the gays. And Jim Jeffrey said that if I have problem with gay marriage, what I should do is don't marry a gay person. And of course, I heard this quote later on, and even though if I was listening to this back then, I still couldn't get it, at least not in practice. I went to the Golden Gate Bridge, and fancy shit, everybody sees that, it's just like the Sydney Theatre, click, 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 alright, let's get the fuck out of there. Took the tram, which I paid like, I think $5, maybe $8 for a ticket. Here in Kazakhstan now, I pay like 20 cents, not even that, sometimes I don't even pay it, just fuck it. And afterwards, I was turning 21. Let's do something crazy when you become 21. 21 is the adult age when you can start boozing, smoking, and all that stuff. And probably even prostitution is illegal after 21. I don't know. I didn't try it that time. And then, so what we were going to do is we went to Las Vegas. We wanted to go to Las Vegas with my mate Akos, and we planned it, okay, let's do as crazy as fuck, rent a car from LA and drive it all the way to Vegas, through the Colorado River, through the Grand Canyon. And afterwards we went to the Grand Canyon, but let's go to Vegas and celebrate my birthday, the 21st, when in Vegas. After 5 minutes, midnight passed. I put my passport in the pocket. I got baked as hell. I put $100 bill in my other pocket, went down to casino. I think it took me like 30 minutes to lose that $100, but damn, it felt amazing that I was celebrating my 21st birthday in Las Vegas in a casino, baked, drinking, and just like the word is mine, as David Guetta was singing back in the days. Afterwards, we went to the Grand Canyon again, click, 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 click. I wasn't really appreciating the nature. I wasn't really appreciating the gifts I got from life, that I'm actually fortunate enough to see the Grand Canyon in my life. I'm actually not in a need. I'm not in a need to go on YouTube and search for Grand Canyon, because I can touch the rocks over there. I can kick the rocks in Grand Canyon and just throw them in the valley of Grand Canyon. Amazing, amazing summer. And the way I got back is actually I flew from Vegas. Was it from Vegas? Yeah, I think it was from Vegas. We dropped the car back. No, yeah, so I flew from LAX, Los Angeles, to New York, and I spent like 5 days over there. It was like a dodgy place. Of course, I was on low budget, not intentionally, but probably naturally, because I was saving up the money. I still wanted to keep something for the year I'm spending in Hungary. And because of this, I just wanted to go as low as possible as for my expenses. And what I did is just like I rented this little dirt cheap dorm outskirts of New York. I don't know, an hour of public transport from downtown New York. And I met there a Hungarian girl in the middle of fucking nowhere and at the edge of New York City. And that girl actually was asking me after get acquainted with me. I think we hung out together for like 3 days, I would say. And at some point she said, hey, but if you are on so low budget, why don't you do couch surfing? I was like, couch fucking what? And then in the next 2 hours, she was just talking about couch surfing, and it blew my mind. And I was like, fuck, I'm never going to visit any hostel anymore. I'm not going to spend a single dime on accommodation. And this is actually how I got to know couch surfing. The next episode, I'm going to dedicate a whole episode to couch surfing actually, because I do believe that, guys, if you have never tried couch surfing but you want to travel, this is the way to start traveling. Not only because you're grading your expenses, but also because you allow your mind to be open to experience traveling on a whole lot different level. Guys, I strongly encourage you to check out couch surfing if you haven't done it already yet. If you follow me on TeePolgar page, then you should have heard like shitloads of stories about couch surfers and about couch surfing in general. But back to New York City. So this girl mentioned couch surfing, and she told like how amazing it is and how much she can enjoy this. And it was really amazing. And back in the day, I believed that I have to save hard so I can travel on a low level. Now I realized that I save hard or not, and I can still travel like a king, because I get the opportunity through couch surfing to live like a local, to experience the world like a local. And this is just such an amazing privilege, guys. You cannot imagine what I'm talking about until you experience firsthand. Speaking of which, how to turn my arm so you can see it, probably nothing ever becomes real till it is experienced. What I mean by this about couch surfing is I can talk the shit about couch surfing, how amazing is that, how it changed my life, what I have achieved, how much help, love, food I got through couch surfing or because of couch surfing. But none of these words are true and real until you experience. They are true only to me, not for you. And the moment you do that, the moment you start couch surfing, that you realize that, shit, this motherfucker was giving the truth. And I'm telling you, no truer words will be ever fucking spoken to you, because couch surfing is the way to travel and unlock free or at least minimal traveling with minimalized expenses. Guys, again and again, you don't need to believe me, but you must give a chance to the experience, to a new life, to a new dimension. So couch surfing, and check out the local US embassies if they provide a work and travel for the citizenship of yours. Check out the opportunities. What can you do in the States? Because I can tell you, I don't want to live in the States. It's not my culture. It's not my way of living. But damn, I was so goddamn lucky and smart that I gave a chance back in the days when I was 21 and 22, that I spent and dedicated the whole summer over there so I could grow spiritually, I could grow like mentally or physically even, because big fat guys are there for a reason. I love Wendy's, I like Jack in the Box, and McDonald's is just mainstream rubbish. Wendy's and Jack in the Box are the ones that I really dig. And yeah, you can find job like that easy as, and opportunities are just out there, super easy. In East Europe, you really have to dig into the hole to get your opportunities. You really have to crave for them. But in the States, they are just there around the corner. And if you have a little bit of balls, if you have a little bit of brain, then you just reach out, grab it, and they are all yours. So I strongly encourage you guys, check out the work and travel projects, whether your citizenship is reliable here and there, and do it. And speaking of which, actually, this was the first one, but I did total 3 overseas experience with work and travel visa sims. One in the States, another one in the States, and another one in New Zealand. I spent there nearly 1.5 years. In total, I would say I spent 2 years actually overseas by doing work and travel visa sims. And they are just life-changing, guys. Money is one thing, experience 2 things, and the spiritual growth is just third. Guys, these are the 3 principles we are aiming for life. Money, experience, and growth, whether it's spiritual or physical, you name it. This is the punchline for today. Guys, stay tuned. Thank you so much for the patrons who are already around the corner or knocking on the doors, or even if you are already our members. A big thanks to our 3 patrons who are already supporting and helping us. Thank you so much. If you have further interest in our shit, look at the TeePolgar project. Look at the car surfing, where you can find my profile and also see how people see me through the references. But just stick to YouTube channel, which is TeePolgar. Just stick to the Instagram account TeePolgar again, where every second day I'm sharing a new story through a picture, and not only the picture with a nice filter, what I'm giving you guys, with the shitloads of hashtags, of course, but also the story, like what that picture meant to be. Why the picture really dragged my heart, my soul, and why I wanted to share with you. If you're interested in videos and experiences from later on sessions of my life, I'm also going to give it to you over patrons. But if you wanted to see that shit because you're curious prick, then just go on Facebook, search for TeePolgar, like my shit, follow me, and if you liked it, like I told you in the beginning, rate it. Share it, 1 star, 5 stars, share it with your friend or with your friends, even better. Whatever you do, a huge thank you for your shout out, because then you're engaging with me, then you are giving me time and the effort, which is through sharing, through rating, whatever it is that. Thank you so much. Stay tuned, guys, because you already know, you with a little bit of me are shaping society.